Hey everyone, DaniB here. I'm in the Blademaster Skate Lab. I'm here to walk you through common troubleshooting errors you might see in your Platinum series equipment. All right guys, first things first, power supply. Upon install on a new piece of equipment, especially this one, you're gonna want 220 volt. Before you break for summer vacation, just unplug it. This way, if there's a high power voltage or someone in the building or the arena is doing work, your machine's not at any risk. Okay, so upon your return, you're gonna key on your machine, you're gonna wait, I don't know, 60 seconds, have your coffee, shoot the breeze with your buddies, and then you're gonna come back to the machine and you're gonna turn on the head. See what I mean? What happens is the variable speeds actually run on a mini computer in the back of the unit. Each head has one. If you key on your machine and turn on the head right away, the computer doesn't have time to reset itself, so it won't run. It's a common occurrence in the field, and I want to bring it to everyone's attention. Just take a minute. Okay, so the next thing you're going to look for in terms of power is whether or not you have power to your switches. You see this lit switch? If there's no color or no light in the switch, you're gonna pop that bad boy out and you're gonna check your actual wire connections. 9 times out of 10, you've got a loose wire and you just need to recrimp it and then pop it back in. You should have power. If you still do not have power, then you're gonna cycle through the rest of your heads, check to see if they are running. If they are running, but the one head is not, chances are you've blown a fuse in the back of the machine and you need to take the back panel off to get to it. Guys, let's talk suction. So these machines have dedicated suction ports, as everyone knows. This series machines, if you do not have any suction, the first thing you're gonna check for is it your exhaust switch? Is there power? Again, you're gonna check your wires, make sure that the connections are nice and tight, and then you're gonna pop that switch back in. If you do not have power, you're gonna check the back side of the machine. You're gonna check for fuses, blown fuses. See if the red light indicator is showing you that you've got a blown fuse and you need to replace it. If not, the next thing we're gonna check is the solenoid valves. So these machines, these Platinum series machines, have a 3D printed solenoid valve on the inside of the middle section cross grind. I don't know if you can get into here, but they have like a little mini flap, and what it does is it actually controls the amount of airflow from section to section in the machine, okay? These units also have a fuse that you can locate on the back of the machine. Should you need to, you can check to see if the red light indicator is blown. If so, then you know it's not necessarily the valve in itself getting caught, but it's the blown fuse. Guys, filter maintenance is super important on the Platinum series machines. So what you're gonna do, and this is the best way to do it, is you're gonna pop this bad boy open. You're gonna pull back the drawbridge, pull out the grit media bucket, okay? Take out the filter, and the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna shot back the inside of that bucket. Make sure that the debris is all gone, okay? Next, you're gonna clean your filter. Do not, for the love of everything holy, do not get this filter wet. Don't hose it down from the inside, don't hose it down from the outside, because what happens is you're imposing the media that's already on the filter into the pleats, okay? And then you're just gonna end up ruining your filter and you'll have to replace it faster. So you're gonna go ahead and take an air line, you're gonna blow out the media from the inside out, okay? Once that's completed, you're gonna go ahead and reposition it in the bucket on its peg, okay? And then you're gonna go ahead and push it back in and bottom it out. Now I say bottom it out because you actually want to make sure that grit bucket is touching the back wall of the exhaust cabinet. I say this because there's actual seals on the inside of the machine that will, when the drawbridge lifts, will actually seal the filter into place. Another common occurrence in the field is your linear bearings, guys, okay? This happens on the portables. This also happens here on the big machines, and that's essentially any big angular Platinum series machine. So what you're gonna do is, in order to protect the linear bearings in the dressing arms, okay, When you're dressing your wheel, right, you're actually gonna make sure, and I'm gonna remove this arm, you're actually gonna make sure you want to make sure this flip guard's actually being used during the original dress. And I say that because this is actually gonna divert the grit from the left side arm, okay? Because what we tend to see in the field is you'll actually get grit buildup around the seal of the bearing. And when you do that, and you're moving the arms in and out, you're actually pushing grit into the bearings and you're gonna crack the seal, which means that now the head needs to be pulled out and then the bearings need to be replaced. Lastly, I'd like to bring up the feed screw assembly. Okay, guys? So eventually with general wear and tear, you might notice that this feed arm starts to seize up, okay? It's normal. It is a threaded rod that's actually being inserted into a threaded barrel. So after general wear and tear, no different than a screw, you start to kill the threading, okay, on the barrel. It's super easy to replace. It's literally as simple as taking out two screws and a screw in the back, okay, to disassemble it and put a new one in. If you guys have any questions regarding the Platinum Series machines, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself, New England Sports Sales, or any of our sales team members, and we'd be happy to help you.